Hey, what's up, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Transport Fever. This is episode 10 of our free play, and we're doing a US theme map, and today we are going to be picking up where we last left off, which was when we added in our airport and our first of aircraft. We've got 4 of them right now, and these guys are doing pretty good for us. They're making about $175,000 for us right now, which is great. I'm just happy to have a profit, right? Because so many people lose money early on doing aircraft. But as you can see, our airline is running about 3-minute interval and doing $175,000. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Now, what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be doing some upgrading. I've got a whole lot of vehicles in queue that are upgrading. You may remember in our last episode, we got the Ford Model 77 came in, and I was going to play the whole, you get a truck, but yeah, we ran out of time. So I've already given everybody a truck, so I just got to get all that turned off so the replacements stop. And just kind of get an overview of where we're at. Now, the other thing is, I forgot to update some of my commuter lines to the Schneider. So we got that taken care of. So those are updated as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn everything back to notify me when they're 100% of their lifespan. But I am going to turn off the replacement, and that way I can control replacement. And I don't have to worry about the computer adding expenses in where we don't need them. So let's go ahead and get that out, and let's go and get that out. Now the Ford Model 77 adds about it adds one more unit of cargo, but it adds another 6 miles an hour onto its top speed, which is good for us. That means more frequent deliveries, so it was worth the upgrade because it is quite a bit of a upgrading speed. And it's the same thing with our commuter bus as well. It added one more passenger, I think, but it added another 6 miles an hour to the speed of it. So that is a good upgrade in my book. All right, so I've debated on whether to add another plane in here. Right now I've got 18 people sitting on this end of the line, but not so many on this end of the line. And it's got me to where I'm thinking, no upgrade right now because there's only 3 people over here. So the planes are handling the Thousand Oaks side of it. The demand is over here, and I just really, right now, I'm not into doing an upgrade or adding on another plane, because we are going to be doing an upgrade shortly, because in 1935 we get the DC-9 or DC-3. And that'll give us more passengers, but it'll also give us an increase in speed. So it should be good there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, some other upgrades or modifications we need to make. The food train here needs to be taken off of weight because it's wasting time sitting here and not moving. It's to the point now where it's got plenty of food going out there. It's got food stocked up on the dock over here, and if it's sitting here waiting, it's not moving that food, and I need that food moved. So I'm going to take him off waiting and let him go ahead and go. Now, people have pointed out to me, oh, well, you know, if you're on your food line, you only use box cars, then you only get livestock, and then you can haul food back. I know all this stuff, but at the same time, your train has to sit even longer and wait for the livestock to be produced. Whereas if you pull livestock and grain, your train gets out of there faster. It's a longer waiting time if you wait for just one particular thing to come out of the farm. So that's the reason I go with the way I have it set up. And it may not work for you, but it works for me. So that's the way I run that. Also, over here, I need to put some road vehicles on. I need 2 of these to set up and to increase the amount of traffic that we run to Freight 1. That way it'll encourage a little bit more food to be brought to us, and we can handle the demand once it gets down here. So that'll be good. And we're going to do the same thing up here in Irving. Because I want to get these guys moving along, and I'm also going to adjust these routes just a little bit. So let's come up to Irving, and I'm going to buy 2 more of these delivery trucks. Auto save, what do we get? Oh, it's the Zuffa. And we got a train dying. What train is dying? Oh, it's a passenger train. Oh, that might be fortuitous timing, because we might just throw the train on there and throw a Zephyr on the line. It's a possibility. Anyway, so I want to get by a couple of these guys. Let's get this taken care of first, right? Focus on the task at hand. Alright, so this guy is going to go to Freight 1. And on Freight 1, I want to change the holding on this to 5 minutes. Because right now, I've got this guy sitting here. He's only got 7 construction materials on him. But he was sitting there waiting forever, and there's still fuel on the dock. So I want to change that to where he's only waiting for 5 minutes. And I'll do the same thing with this line here. We will go ahead and do Irving Freight 2. And on the Freight 2 line, I'm going to make the exact same change. I'm going to make that to a 5-minute wait. That way nobody's sitting around for too long and not distributing. It only matters when you get down to those last couple of pieces of materials that need to be transferred. And it happened like that. You get a truck that's got 7 construction materials and they'll sit there forever and not go. And meanwhile, you got that, you know, fuel that can be hauled off as well. So those guys are doing pretty good. Our transportation's doing pretty good. We've got a few people over here at the bus station. Well, we got 1 person left at the bus station, so we're good. Everything is taken care of there. So those are the basic upgrades I want to do. I also want to add in 1 more fuel tanker. So let's buy a ship. We're gonna buy another fuel tanker because we've upgraded all of our trucks, right? And all of our trucks are hauling off more goods, and that means our fuel station or our processor over there is getting more and more crude oil in. That means he's going to be making more and more fuel faster, so we're going to need somebody else hauling off all these stuffs. They're kind of holding off here, but I have a feeling that with this upgrade we're going to need more tankers hauling off. Plus, I'm thinking about making the Klondike dedicated to hauling off goods off of here, because we're going to start getting more and more stuff here. I may even have to add another Klondike in just to get that, but these guys move faster than these guys, and these guys haul goods, and I don't know, I may even add another platform in here and give the oil tankers a dedicated platform and the Klondikes a dedicated platform for hauling goods in here. And we still haven't addressed getting goods across the water to Kansas City, but that will come in due time. All right, so I think all of our little upgrades are done. All of our little things are taken care of. Make sure that guy picked up a load. I was sitting here watching him the other day, and he just came in, dropped oil, left, and there was a ton of building materials right there. So we have the option to upgrade our line now. And as we said, this train is losing its life. It's come to its end of its line, and it needs to replace. Also, the Kansas City train is in real dire need of replacing. If we look at it and we look at its finances, it's still making money, but it's 48 years old. So it is probably something that needs to be upgraded as well. Now, we just picked up the Zephyr. So let's look at this guy and we'll talk a little bit about it. It holds 52 passengers, so it's less than what we've been doing, which is 72. But it has a top speed of 110 miles an hour. The problem with this train is its power. It's really low on power. It only has 609 horsepower, and its effective attractive effort is only 80 kilonewtons. So it's only transferring 80 kilonewtons of power to the track. Now, it's not too bad, but with the hills and everything, it's never going to reach that 110 miles an hour. It's really effective on flat surfaces, but going up and down hills are not its friend. But its running cost is so low, it makes it a good option for a train. It only costs $5.8 million to purchase it, and its running cost is $847,000 a year. Now let's contrast that. Coming up in just about 2 months, I'm going to get the Hiawatha, and it's going to come in, and the running costs on it are astronomical. It's like $1.2 million a year just to run the train, and then each car that you put behind it is going to cost you another $200,000. So just to get a train that'll haul about 50 people, you're going to be looking at $2 million in operating costs, or $2 million plus in operating costs, which makes you wonder which is the better option for you when you start to go high speed. And for me, it's going to be the Zephyr. Now, to do either one of them, I got a high speed out the rail. I'm going to lose some buildings along the way, and my system is going to lag out terribly because for some reason it does not like calculating the high speed track. I don't know why, but I lag out terribly doing this. So let's get all this done real quick. And while we're doing it, we'll talk about the benefits of... Oh, come on. Get on there. See what I'm talking about? It just freaking loses its mind. It's like, I gotta calculate all this. Are you kidding me? It doesn't help that that smoky train car is in the way. Let's move up the line a little bit and get some stuff done. So anyways, in comparison, I've looked at both of them. I've looked at both the Zephyr and the Hiawatha, and then rightly so, the PRR GG1, which will come on in 1936. All three of them are good options for you, but in train fever, the Hiawatha was like a vampire. It would come in and just drain your budget completely out. You'd have no more money left at the end of the day because its operating expenses were so high, it would destroy you. And it's looking like it's that way in transport fever as well. Because when I look at the numbers on it, again, you've got to carry, if you're carrying hundreds of passengers at a time with it, then it might pay off. But to me, the Zephyr is a better option. Now, especially if you've got a relatively flat area for the Zephyr to run in, which we don't, but in our scenario, we've got a short little run here. It's fairly flat, and the Zephyr will probably never reach 100 miles an hour, but it'll reach 60, 70 miles an hour, which will be faster, or 70, 80 miles an hour. It'll be faster than what we're doing right now with the Atlantic, which faster deliveries mean more money. Did that get all of it? All right, so we need to run down this line and just look for anything red as we cruise down here without touching the track. As long as I touch the track, don't touch the track, this thing doesn't freak out and doesn't wig out. But man, as soon as the little tool touches the track, everything goes crazy. Lag, see what I mean? It's just crazy how that does. And lag again, and lagorific. All right, so let's start the rail back up and get rid of this guy, so its smoky goodness won't conceal what is below on the track. But anyways, with the run that we're running, the Zephyr will run pretty good. It'll run fast. It won't run as fast as it should, but it will run fast. It will make us more money because the way money is calculated in the game, it is calculated based on a distance from point A to point B, based on your air distance, not on your land distance. Because, you know, you could theoretically, you could wrap your track miles and miles around, and you know, then you could have this huge money maker. So it's based on your air distance, not your land distance, and the time that it takes to get there. So the faster you move a person from point A to point B, the more money you make. So with that said, we'll make more money with the Zephyr by getting them there faster than we're getting the Atlantic there, but we're not going to make huge amounts of money with it, or we're not going to make huge speeds with it, but we will make pretty good money. Now, in contrast, the Hiawatha's top speed is 100 miles an hour, so, or 99 miles an hour. I just hit the button and it did nothing. I cannot stand this lag. It drives me nuts. I'm glad I only have to upgrade rail one time in this game. If I had to do this constantly, I'd lose my mind because the lag is so... And I don't understand it. I don't understand. I've seen other people play and theirs doesn't lag out nearly as much. Maybe Maybe it's just my rig, but it missed that one little bit underneath that train. Missed that one little bit under that train. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade all these trains, all these rails to high speed. I got that station as well. So that is good. All right. So all that high speed is upgraded. With a Hiawatha, top speed on it is going to be 99 miles an hour. You know what? Forget. Let's not even discuss this. Let's just fast track time into 1935, and I can show you the difference in cost because we're going to get it as soon as we get into 35. We are going to go ahead and go with the Zephyrs, though, but I want to show you why I'm going to go with the Zephyrs, and that way you'll understand the decision, and I won't get people hating on me because there are a lot of people that just don't like the Zephyrs, and they just dog them, right? But, you know, in cost comparisons, I just don't see how I can go any other way than with the Zephyr. All right, so there's the Hiawatha. There's the streamlined New Mexico coach. Our Douglas DC-3 is in, so we can upgrade to it. And then we also got the Zurich that we can throw onto the line as well. Now, into here we go. Buy trains. Let's look at these. Better yet, let's open up replacement. And I'll show you what I'm thinking here. We're going to be replacing this line here, Thousand Oaks Irving. So let's come over here because we're going to use the replacement tool to replace all these. So let's go ahead and delete out our old train that we ran. And we're going to set the line. And this time we're going to build a train that will hold 72 people with the Hiawatha, okay? So there's the train. And then we're going to need some cars. Now, our choices for cars are either the streamlined New Mexico, which holds 18 passengers and goes 93 miles an hour, or we can use the heavyweight 28 Parlor, which will go 19 passengers and a top speed of 112. Now, again, the short route on here, this train's not even going to reach 100 miles an hour. But, so we could go with the streamlined New Mexico, 93, might reach that, might get there. So we could go with it. It'll hold 18 passengers. So in order for us to build out that train and be able to use and hold the number of passengers that we want to do, we're going to need 18, 4 cars is going to give us, what, 72 right there. So we've got a nice little train here, right? But look how much it's going to cost us. $12 million just to buy it. That's just to buy it. And we got to buy 2 of them. So that's $24 million that we've got to spend just to buy the train. Then let's look at our operating cost. This trailer here operates at $182K a year. So that's roughly $800,000 that we're going to be running in expenses just for that. And then if we look at the Hiawatha itself, it comes in at $1.2 million a year in operating expenses. What? So that's over $2 million a year just to run the train on the line. Plus the fact that the train costs $12 million. Now, if we compare that with said Zephyr, $5 million to buy the train, it's half of what the other one can cost. We buy 2 of these for the cost of 1 of these. Yes, it only holds 52 people, but its operating cost is only $847,000 a year, which means if I put them on the line, I can delete this now. If I put them on the line, and the line made $3 million a year, that means the profit on the Hiawatha is only going to be $1 million or less because it was a little over $2 million in operating costs. So that $3 million, you're going to eat $2 million of that in operating expenses. Whereas with this one, I'm going to only eat $847,000, which means that $3 million line is generating me $2.2 million in profit. So I really am liking the Zephyr. So that's what I'm going to go with on this particular line for my replacement. Some people might not like that. Why did it give me that? I don't want the Atlantic. I want the Zephyr. Get the Zephyr. Add the Zephyr. Thank you. Replace everything with the Zephyr. And let's put everything back into motion. All right. So the Zephyr is our vessel of choice, or our vehicle of choice. We're also going to have to buy an additional Zephyr because again, we were hauling 72 passengers at a time, and I was still debating on putting a third train on here, but I didn't really see it. But now that we're only running a vehicle that only runs 2 passengers, I'm going to go ahead and put a third one on the line. That will work for us. So we'll put 3 on the line, and we should be pretty good. So let's find these. That one's going to Oklahoma City. This one's coming to Thousand Oaks. So when we get both of these through the system, we'll add this one on, and we should be good shape. All right, so both of them should change out. There's our first one, and our second one should be happening at any moment. Where's train 6 at? It says it's going to Thousand Oaks, but it just went under a bridge. Oh, it's way up here. I should have put this one out on the line already. Where's the other one going? The other one's going out to Irving, isn't it? How did these guys get so close together? Wow, we got to spread these guys out a little bit. They should have been right up against each other. Huh. Alright, so let's see. Coming back into Thousand Oaks. This train's running 62 miles an hour. This one's not going to make any speed because it's waiting for either the freight train to move by. Yeah, it had to wait for the freight train to move by. That's probably the reason they caught up to each other almost. Alright, so we'll let these guys do their thing. This one's going to change out as soon as it gets here. Steam on out of here. Now, the Atlantic was taking this hill at about 35, 36 miles an hour. Hopefully, the Zephyr can take it around 45, 50. That would be awesome for us and would help out tremendously. And again, the faster we move the passengers, the more money we're going to make. And that's the ultimate goal, is to just get them moving faster. And this thing's already 52. It's gaining speed coming in. Again, what's going to kill me on these trains is the distance traveled between the station isn't great enough to let them build up any kind of head of steam, but they are still going to, that's the reason they're never going to reach 100 miles an hour. I just don't have enough distance for them to travel. But they'll cover the distance faster than the Atlantic was, and they'll make more money because of that. Alright, so this guy is coming in. He's going to hit his first payday, and he will generate 340K. And he will reload and get a full load of passengers, and we'll actually be able to see what these trains do at that point. As soon as he starts to head out, I'm going to pause him for just a second so I can start to get these guys separated out just a little bit. Now let's look at the line at what it was making. The line was making, well, 49K is not going to give us a readout on what it was making, because that's affected by the fact that we just put trains on there. Alright, let's pause that. Let the other one get up there. So he climbed the hill at about 45 miles an hour. So he's about 10 miles an hour faster than the Atlantic did it in. So no huge speed demon for us, but the speed coming out of Oklahoma City should be considerable, and the speed coming back in will be considerable as well, and that will make up for it. The hill climbs aren't going to be that good, though. Still, he's still continuing to gain speed up around 54. So, 55, 56. Let's see. Alright, he should be coming in now. And, yep. Let's go ahead and send this one out. Get it going. And then once this one gets up to Oklahoma City, then I'll bring this one out onto the line. And we'll look at the monies that everything makes in about, a month, and we'll see where we're at. But overall, I think this is going to be the better bet for me as far as money-wise goes, with upgrading trains right now. If I had a really long line, let's say I had a run that went from Oklahoma City to Kansas City, or even Irving all the way to Kansas City, or something in that area, then over that distance, even with the elevation changes, I might consider the Hiawatha at that point, because it would be able to keep up high speed over a greater distance, even with the hills, because of its increase in horsepower. And that would be the only reason, because the Hiawatha carries a whole lot more power, and I don't know if we actually looked at that. But if you look at the Hiawatha as far as how much power it has, that's what makes it a desirable train, is it has 3,997 horsepower and 136 kilonewtons of power. So it can haul, it'll get up and down those hills a lot better than this train will. But I'm going to look at the profit margin over the power and the speed, because the speed gain over this shorter distance is going to be minute, and profit is going to be the king. So all right, that one is just about, once it passes this road here, we'll go ahead and set the other one on the line. And we could almost put 4 of them on the line spacing wise, but I think 3 is just fine. All right, well, we'll come back to that in a bit and we'll see what it does. And hopefully it's a good payoff for us. Just if we look at each individual train, one more thing that we can do. If we look at each individual train, this is train 7. This one is, let's open them back up. All right, train 6. Let's look at the finances on it. And this is the nice thing about replacing a vehicle versus sending it over to the depot, is that you can look at the finances over a period of time. So 7 finances. There we go. We can look at the finances over a period of time. We can see where it made money, where it lost money, and everything. So this is the original train, what it was doing. Then we had a changeover in trains, so we lost money. That was when we upgraded them. Well, not upgraded them, but when we had to, replace them again. And we changed out the cars a little bit. We had that expense right there, so that's the reason we lost money at that time. But this is what the train was doing. This is how much money it made and how much everything was. And actually, I think this is when we changed the line. But this is the train over a period of time and how much money it was doing. And this is how much its expenses were. It was over $1 million in expenses. The expenses are going to go down, and we're going to watch what it does income-wise over the next period of time to see if making this was a good upgrade. Because again, the total income that it was making or running cost was $1.1 million. It was making 1.7, but we were only making 6K or 600K in profit. So what I want to see is I want to see this number go up to about $1 million. And if that happens, I'll be a happy camper. All right, so what are we going to do in the meantime? The next thing I want to do is work on Kansas City. Oh, I need to replace that Kansas City train as well. So let's get it replaced as well, because it is getting old and crusty, and we just upgraded that rail. So let's replace it, set the vehicle, and we're also going to put a Zephyr on this line. Now, it's not going to have the speed coming up, that we really think. But if we watch this one, this train's doing 41 miles an hour across the bridge. And let's watch what it climbs the hill at. It's not going to climb it at any record speed. Oop, auto save. And we got a new vehicle. It is the class PRR GG1. That's basically the electric version of the Hiawatha for the most part. Same speed, all that. All right, so we'll set this up to replace. And we watch the speed coming up here. This one is running about 40 miles an hour uphill, right? Topping down at about 37, 36. It's going to come down even lower than that. So it's coming down into the 30s. Oh yeah. So we're going to upgrade to this one. This one's going to pull this hill probably in the 50s and 60s. And be a good upgrade for us. So we'll upgrade this train. And then we'll watch our numbers and see if we can justify putting 2 on here. Right now, just 1. I've yet to see the numbers justify 2 trains on this. Now, one could argue that, look, you got 88 people here. You're only going to take 52 with this train. Put a second one on here. But my back, my back service or my return service doesn't have those numbers. If I look at the return service here, there's only 33 people on it. I just don't know that that's a good move. But I'll watch it. Well, this thing should fly going downhill. I mean, it should book doing this. Because it's got a little bit of a distance, so we can build up ahead of steam. Oh, let's ride it. 47, 48, 50, 52, 53. Oh yeah, this thing will zoom going back in. 69, 70. Oh, this thing's gonna make money. Beep beep, coming over. Oh, I need to upgrade this bridge. Well, I gotta figure out how to upgrade that bridge so I can get more money over it. Wonder how I high speed that bridge. Other than destroying it. I did high speed it. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, it is high speed, but I wonder if I've got to change the bridge so the bridge can carry more speed. What to do? Pause. I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, the work's already been done establishing the bridge. It's just gonna be a matter of pulling it as high speed and getting it across there. So let's go high speed. Let's pull that across. Oh, come on, machine. Why did you just suddenly stop on me? All right, so pull across to there. Upgrade to high speed, 124 miles an hour. And take that. That'll work. 124. I can work with that. Cost me $1.2 million. I'm fine with that. Resume operations. Oh, now I want to see what this thing does coming out of here. And see if it smokes coming out of here. All right, so it's on its way out. It's going 37, 38 miles an hour. Coming on across here. Let's ride in front of it. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. I put catenaries on there. 57, 58, 59, 60, 63, 64, 67, 68. Come on, show me 70 miles an hour up the hill. Ooh, I think 67. 67 is going to be it. Still, we were doing 30 up this hill. We were doing 33 miles an hour up this hill. Oh, that is going to do so much better now. That is going to make so much more money. That's going to be sick. Oh, I added catenaries onto here. I hate myself. Seriously, I hate catenaries. The game just absolutely loves to put them on everything. And I'm like, I'm not even running electric trains. I'm not even considering it. Stop putting catenaries on everything. All right, so that train is doing good. It is making money. So now what I want to consider is getting some more trains out of Kansas City and bridging over here to Albuquerque and Houston and getting them set up with trains. And that's what I want to start working on now. so that we can increase the number of vehicles or the number of passengers that are moving across here, so that we can get more and more people moving. See, look, this is down to only 14 people because the frequency of this is going to go way up or way down, or however you want to consider it. And then, oh, now there's 60 people on this end. If there's an ebb and flow to this, you know, if I get to the point where I see 60 there and 60 here and I can justify it, I'll add the second train on. I just don't see it right now. Alright, so my idea is this line starts in Kansas City, or the main line comes into Kansas City, continues out into Albuquerque, continues from there to Houston, and from there into Riverside, California, or whatever Riverside is, and then even goes down here to Omaha, or goes over here to Flint and down through here. I haven't really decided how much further it goes down here, but the idea is that it continues to cover this area here, and that is our next little venture, is to get train from here all the way up to there. So if we look at our topography, we've got quite a feet ahead of us because it is hilly all around. We do have a big flat spot here that we could run train out through and then somehow figure out how to wrap it around and get it into Albuquerque, and then go from here up to Kansas City, which I don't even see anything remotely pretty to get that up there, other than, I don't know, you just jump this hill and then try to get into this flat. This huge contour change right here is going to be a major hurdle to get over. So my thought is we lay a station in Albuquerque right in here somewhere, so that it comes up through here, shoots this little gap through here, turns, rolls up into this flat, and then rolls into the station in Kansas City. And then down here in Houston, we do the same basic thing. We come out of Houston, we come through this big flat, ride this ridge here, turn and go down into Albuquerque. And I think that's probably my best bet. Other than this is a more gradual, because the topography lines are a bit more spread out. This is a little bit more gradual slope here, coming down than this. This is really steep over here. So maybe it's better to come out over this way, gradually come down this, and then maybe we come into this side of Albuquerque and go out. Oh, that hill is going to be terrible. I mean, we'd have to just tunnel through that. Or maybe it's come down through here, come out of here, turn and sweep and gradually go up that hill. Oh, decisions. Alright, let's go ahead and get a station in Houston, and we'll start from there. And to do so, there's going to be bulldozing, because I love my bulldozer. I'm not going to get all this done in this episode, but we will get it started, and we will see how things go. Look at that, 82 miles an hour headed back into Thousand Oaks. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Alright, so we're going to start here in Houston. And I think I'm going to put the train station right here where this road is. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to make a little road going this way. Another little road going this way. And connect that to this little road here. And then put a train station in. What do you think? Go with the modern train station. We'll put 2 tracks on it. We'll make it 240 meters long for a big one. High speed, no catenaries, side street, yes. Oh yeah. And then we'll just set it right here in place. What do you mean construction is not possible? Don't give me that bunch of malarkey. Everything is possible. Alright. Oh. Got a station in Houston. That wasn't hard. Alright, so the idea then is to come down here. We'll get into this flat and then we'll turn and maybe shoot down through here to get over to this side of town where we will put in another station. Kind of aimed this way. Sort of aimed out like, I don't know, like so? Something like that? Like that? Let's go like that. Let's put it right there. I think that's what I want. Well, there it is. It's in place. Now, let's see if we can connect the two of them together. Through some sort of magic, we are going to get these two trains to connect. Two stations to connect, anyways. Alright, let's get rid of that little bit of road. Because if there's anything I have learned when laying high-speed rail, let's get rid of the road. If you don't want any little hips and valleys and whoop-de-doos and all that other stuff in the way, get rid of the road right off the bat and replace it later on down the way. You'll thank me later. Alright, so let's turn this back on so I can see topography and what I'm going to shoot for. If I roll around here and I catch this ridge, and then I just bridge this gap and then roll around again and come on up, that's probably going to be my best bet. So let's try it. Make sure, yeah, I know, make sure it's connected. Really, I didn't start playing this game yesterday. Really, you're as bad as some of the people who comment in the videos. Oh, did you know you could smooth out ground? Yeah, I picked this up yesterday on Steam. No catenaries! Stop giving them to me. Seriously, game. Now the autosave's gonna kick in. Alright, let's save some things up. Let's save a little, slow things down. What do you say? What do you say we slow things down a little bit? Alright, I want to get max speed out of this, if at all possible. So, 86 miles an hour. Oh, that's not good. I'm definitely not going to be able to make that. Alright. If we're going to spin and we're going to lose speed, let's lose it right here at the station. So, let's make a pretty sizable turn coming out of the station. Because speed doesn't matter at the station. Because no train has rockets on the back of it and comes out of the station at 186 miles an hour. Right? Right? You with me on that one? Come on, you know I'm right. We've never had a train come out of the station at 186 miles an hour. Alright, so let's maintain that pretty flat. Oh, that's good so far. And now, keeping that momentum going, we're going to have to rise a little bit. That's alright, that was a gradual rise. We got to keep our turn going, but we got to keep our momentum at 186. Can we come down a little bit on this? And like, I know we're eating in, but I know it costs a little bit more to dig in like that. However, that little gradual change will save us a lot of speed. Alright, so we might need to put this on the other side of town. We cannot make that turn. Alright, wait a minute now. 139. Where do we get back to 186 is there. And the station's right there, right? Ooh, we might want to consider moving that station. Alright, let me do this. Go to there. And then we'll... How much does it to move? That's 157. 186 to there. Oh, there's where I lose it, right there. That's 186 to there. And then... Oh, I am sorry, good people of Houston. There is going to be death and destruction here. But I do apologize, but it is in the way of progress. You're going to go, you're going to go, you're going to go, you're going to go. Pause the game because the AI is not going to like what I'm about to do. Yeah, pause the game. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again now. And let's look at our track again. Alright, so 186 gets me here. Ish. 86 to there. And then again, I can have a little bit of a slowdown right here at the station. I don't care, but let's be as close to that as possible. Oh yeah. We're putting that baby right about in here somewhere. Good people of Houston, do not hate me. I promise you, a beautiful station. And buses and all that other good stuff that's going to make you happy and get you to work faster and all that good stuff. Just eyeballing. Just eyeballing. I will need it to be right in this area. Right there. Which line did I run? I ran the outside track, right? Yeah, that's ugly, but let's back off just a little bit track-wise. So it doesn't swan neck there. Haha! We carried speed all the way. Oh, let's look at that. Make sure I did outside track here. Outside track? Yes. Outside track? Yes. Oh, let's return it. Oh, I'm happy. I'm a happy, happy camper. Alright, so that's 179,000 to there. I mean, this is gonna... It's not gonna be the cheapest amount of rail, but... 241,000. But we should be able to carry some pretty good speed through this, because like up to here was pretty level. Man, when we get to, it doesn't really matter right now, but man, when we get to the Metro liner, oh, in the 1980s, oh, that would be sweet. Should we, now here's the next question. Should we adjust this station? Since we haven't really established anything, I could go ahead and adjust this. Yes, I should adjust this station. Granted, what I just said about speed doesn't really matter, but I mean, we've got time to adjust. We might as well. We could put this station in right around in here instead. And then we'll still be able to make that turn. All right, let's see what the turn is for this. At 100 and... Yeah, I might not have should have done that. If I need to do 186 to get all the way around, right? That's 186 all the way around. So the station has to be right in this area somewhere. Oops. I didn't actually mean to put that track down. But that's okay, because here's what we'll do. We'll bust that track there. And I know right where to put the station. Done. Aha. Now, let's see what we can do about getting this station up to Kansas City. Maybe we do go all the way around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. If I run train track from here up to here, what am I looking at? 3.3 million. And it's a gradual climb. It's not a ridiculously steep climb. It does have a little bit of a tunnel that goes in here. But is it still tunnel up here? No, it's tunnel out. And then it's tunnel all the way down to here. And that's not a ridiculous climb. I mean, that's 1 point above level. There's level. That is actually a decent climb. If I ran the track out of there at 186 and made that turn, right? If I run to this general area here, and then, I mean, let's just look at 186 goes to there. Well, that's 184 to there. 186 would bring us to their level. All right, so let's look at their level. Coming out of here and going on up. It's still a pretty gradual climb. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking to maintain as much speed as possible, to be honest with you. 186 to there. Then do our turn. And we're going to go 186 out of here. As much as we can go 186. And we don't have to tunnel that much either. I gotta build up this huge berm, but that's okay. I can take it. All right, let's start demolishing some road here. What kind of road we got up here? We got some road up in this area that probably wants to go bye-bye. Well, I'm gonna have a lot of road to fix. All right, 186, 186. Keep showing me 186. Just keep giving me 100. Oh man, what? Right, there's 186 to there. And that's still relatively flat. This is where it gets nasty. Now we got to look at, oh, the turn to get back into Kansas City is going to be ugly. Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of. The turn to get into Kansas City is not going to be nice. So 186, 186 all the way up to here, and then we bust down to 150 and the station. And what station track does that bring us in on? It doesn't even bring us in on the station track. There, that brings us in on the station track at 149. That's bringing us on the inside track, and this was the outside track. So we need to make sure that we're going to the outside track so we can see actually what the proper line is for the outside track. So train alignment collision. Yeah, well, there's a little bit there and a little bit there. Wow, this mine is an issue. When we turn this a little bit, we went to there at 186. Well, look at the climb on that. That's nasty. We brought that down some to get this up. No, it's still not going to turn any decent. I mean, that would be right to this point right here, right? So if we were at that point right there, and I had a fixed piece of track here so that I could bend this. Oh yeah, that's not going to work at all. No, that's not going to work at all. Yeah, forget that. So it looks like our solution is to go underneath the mine. And we carry a bunch of speed. But if we go underneath it and come out to here, the turn is much more... The speed that we carry, or the climb that we have to do, is very gradual. If we mark it to here, it's a gradual elevation change. So it would be pretty decent. We just got to get rid of some stuff. We got to get rid of some road. Let's get rid of this piece of road here. I hope this is the right move to do. Alright, snap that in there. And terrain collision. Again, it's giving me the terrain collision thing. It'll go to the outside, but it won't come into that one. Why? I don't understand. Silly, silly, silly. Alright, so here's a tip. Just bring your train up here. Hook it to the outside. Carry as much speed as you can and go ahead and get it done. So since it's not going to let me do it to here and I get a train collision, I'm going to go ahead and set it to there. $3 million for that. Oh, that hurts just thinking about it, but okay. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to destroy the track up to there. Alright, and then pick it back up again, coming out of here, and run it into the station, and it will run in just fine. And let's be honest with each other, okay? 143 miles an hour into that turn, that's faster than we need right now. We won't really be concerned about that speed until we get the Metro liner and have to worry about speed for it. So that's not terrible. You know, the line's going to cost me $10 million to run it, but it's not terrible. I was hoping it wouldn't deform this hill that much, but we're alright. Alright, so we can resume operations again. Alright, so we're about out of time for today, but let's take a look at what our trains are doing, and then we'll call this an episode. When we come back, we'll fix all these roads. We'll get commuter service set up in Albuquerque, Houston. We'll get all the roads fixed. We'll get all this marked up. We'll get a train on it, and we'll see what it does in the next episode. Meanwhile, We've got our other trains over here. Let's see what they've done profit-wise. All right, so this was our Kansas City. Our Kansas City run is, yeah, it's now doing 1.4 million, $2 million there. Yeah, it's making money. Let's look at these guys. They're making 4.3 million right now. And if we look at each of the train themselves, I don't want you up, I want you up. Let's look at each of the trains' financials. All right, train 6 is one of the ones that we replaced. Was doing 500K. When we replaced it, did 500K. 2.3 million. Yeah, I know, Albuquerque. I got you. Quit reminding me. 1.3 million, 1.8 million right now. And we're only in June. Tremendous. That's what I'm talking about. My operating expenses, 805K, 801K. These are going to be monster trains for us. They're going to do very good. So finances on 7. And again, we can see where our profit margins were and what they're doing now. These guys are just making bank. And this one started off brand new. It's 100. It's going to take it a little while because this was the 3rd train on the line. But these guys are doing awesome. That is going to be monster money for us coming in. So yeah, we just let the system roll. And between those 3 lines, between Oklahoma City and Kansas City, we're making what, $5 million just on that. And then we get this tied into it, and the amount of money we're going to be making is going to be sick. But anyways, we're going to call it a day right here. Thanks for watching. Wow, look at how much fuel's down here on the dock. Told you we needed another ship. We actually need another ship probably, but yeah, see how much fuel's coming in here? Are these trains keeping up with the load up here? We'll explore all of that in our next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Smack that like button if you enjoyed the video. Share it with your friends, and come on back and join us tomorrow for another edition of Transport Fever. We also do live streams in the evenings around 6 o'clock, and I play a whole lot of other games. So come on back and join me, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, stay safe. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye-bye.